Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Hangtime Fusion podcast. I know it's been such a long time since we've done it. Our apologies. We've just mostly been
Yes.
lazy. Um,
Hmm.
most of the time, we've just been lazy. But we're
Yep.
finally getting to do it. So I'm here with Hooper, of course, and unfortunately,
Hello.
yes, hello. And unfortunately, no special guest this time. But I promise we will have.
Yeah, because this was like extremely last minute and we couldn't
Yeah,
get anything.
yeah. I still haven't figured out what we're going to talk about, but I have one idea. Um,
Just make sure you're actually recording this time.
yeah. Well, if you guys don't know, last time, um, we went through
It was
like
with Coaster Daddy.
it was with Kosher Daddy, um, and we went through like half of it until I realized I wasn't recording.
Recording. It
So
was,
rip.
that was a rip.
Yeah. Um. Anyways, yeah. We're gonna start, and so the first topic I want to talk about is how parks will be post COVID-19, and like how are the rules going to affect everything.
Yeah. Hmm.
Um, so how will parks be when they open back up? If you don't know, Six Flags actually released a safety video they put out, just explaining how everything's going to be different. And I'm actually kind of intrigued by those, like, kind of. Okay, he just put a thing in our screen in Zoom, but anyways, I'm kind of intrigued how how like the all the like the temperature check at the front of the gate's gonna work. I think it
Yeah,
just
like what's like a bunch of parks are doing just the temperature gun, but Six Flags is doing like some really
yeah,
high,
and knowing
like futuristic stuff where you just like walk
yeah,
through and it'll take your temperature.
yeah, knowing Six Flags, it probably won't work.
Yeah.
Stop putting up funny pics. I'm trying to focus here, but yeah, yeah. Because like knowing Six Flags, it's gonna be down, just like it's
Yeah.
on ride audio and all the freestyle machines breaking. You know,
Hmm.
so yeah. Not again. Okay, this is just a black screen. Okay, I can take that. Yeah. Anyways, I'll be interested to see how that will work. I'm assuming the system is going to be quite kind of like a like metal detector style, where
Yeah.
you
Yes.
go through and there's like a little screen on workers the workers screen. Um, I mean the monitor or whatever,
Hmm. Hmm.
and it'll like display your temperature. So that's cool.
Yeah.
And then one thing, so Universal also was talking about this about planning to reopen soon, and
Yeah.
what I don't like is they're actually going to cut off all single rider lines. And when I went to Universal, I relied heavily on the single rider lines. Like they were my best friend there. Um,
Yeah.
they just saved me time. They allowed me to get multiple rides on Hulk and Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket and Revenge of the Mummy and everything. Um, so yeah. Oh, I like your new banner, by the way. Can you,
Thank you.
yeah. Would you mind making me a banner later?
I did not make that.
Oh, okay. Who did? Who did then?
There's this guy named Pyrocat. He's on Discord, uh, Instagram. He's
Okay.
on YouTube. So
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
this thing it only cost me $5, and it's really good. So I think it was a good deal.
Nice. What's the font called? Do you know the font?
No, I don't even know what he uses to make it.
Ah, I just use like Photoshop for it. I know I need to get better, but oh, now you're viewing a video. But yeah, I'm gonna be a little mad that single rider will be blocked off. And another thing I'm not so keen about is you have to wear masks all around the park, and this is gonna be it's
Yeah,
gonna be like really like
especially in that like Florida heat.
yeah, and when parks reopen, like California heat, because if when I went to Magic Mountain, it was I expected it to have like maybe a cool breeze and stuff like that. No, I was literally melting down there.
Yeah.
And the fire on X2 only made it worse.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
So yeah, and you're just gonna get really sweaty under that masks and like.
But like it's for a coaster, so I guess it's worth it.
Yeah, I guess. But I mean, we'll put up with it, I guess.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's gonna like slow down the operations because they have to like sanitize every single train and seat and everything.
Yeah.
And honestly, if they switch to one train ops because of this, I will be so mad.
Yeah, that would
like
be
it's so unnecessary. You can run.
Yeah.
You can easily run 3 trains while social distancing. Pretty dumb.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I think this is definitely for the better, and if they can continue to do this, we'll see the parks going back to normal in no time. And another thing is, so the world's also been going crazy, starting with the death of George Floyd. Everybody starts just losing their minds and just riding up a storm now. So I think that it's possible parks will remain closed because they don't want rioters storming in there and burning stuff down. Like, imagine if like Mystic Timbers or Beast burned down because of the rioters, and then that was just the excuse.
Why would you say that?
And
Why would you say that? I don't need that.
Yeah, but that would just be like an excuse to arms the Mystic Timbers. Arms the Mystic Timbers 2021.
Okay, but like, I'm just gonna go out and say this.
What?
RMC is extremely overrated. Like, they make good coasters and all, but they are insanely overrated.
Honestly, I'm honestly agree because like most of the coasters RMC makes, they just get fanboyed over like 10-year-old enthusiasts who think,
yes,
oh yeah, they're the greatest
Steel
thing ever.
Vengeance.
Yeah, Steel Vengeance. Iron Gwazi is easily going to be better than that.
Yeah, Steel Vengeance isn't like none of their coasters are bad except for Jersey Devil and Medusa Steel, but they're all pretty much overrated. Not all of them, but most of them are overrated.
Careful.
And they've gotten like a lot better since the beginning.
Yeah.
That's not really true. Do you remember when I did my ranking all RMCs? I'm making another video of that, dropping this Wednesday.
Oh, cool.
It's
by the way, I finally put up with New Texas Giant being a low tier RMC.
Well, you're gonna be surprised because NTEG is in the top 10.
Oh, well, I mean, I put it in the top 10, so, but I could see that, because it just paved the way. I think enthusiasts just don't give much respect, you know? They're just like, oh.
Yeah, for, like, history or stuff like that. Like, without New Texas Giant, we wouldn't have all the great RMCs. And, like,
and that's
also,
my whole
like,
RMC.
Without Millennium Force, without the Beast, without stuff like that, we would not have the coasters we have today.
Without Magnum, we wouldn't have Giga Coasters. Without Giga Coasters, we wouldn't have Strata Coasters. Without Strata Coasters, we wouldn't have that obscure 800-foot coaster that was supposed to go to Skyplex Orlando.
That was 800. That was 700. I thought that was 500 feet.
Oh, I thought it was 800, but. Yeah. So yeah, I could see them also being on lockdown for a bit longer, just because of the riots and all. But I was talking with my dad, and he said he thinks it's gonna be over soon. That this is just a temporary fluke.
Agreed.
I think everything will calm back down once enough protests have been made and everything's gone down. So, yeah, but I don't know. But other people are saying that this will like last until November, and I'm like,
no way.
Yeah,
like it might start to come back a little bit because everybody's like it's getting colder and stuff like that, but it's not gonna fully last until.
Yeah, I think it's just gonna go flu on us, where it'll just like get weaker and weaker until like it's just like, who cares? you know?
Yeah, it's just like there.
Yeah. And everybody will just continue on with their daily lives.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then watch as the tables turn in June, when when the parks open back up, and then you see Siren Head with his fast lane trying to
What is it
get.
with you and Siren Head?
I'm just so obsessed with that guy. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie.
Why?
I don't know. He's just so intriguing.
He is.
Even though he's not real, I'm just like, what if he
He
was?
okay.
Yeah. Okay.
That was extremely off topic.
I know. And then another topic I want to talk about is the next one is going to be, are the 2020 coasters, will they be pushed back to 2021? This includes
I'm saying yes and no.
yeah, I think
Orion, Candemonium, and a few others will not be delayed. The few others will be Jersey Devil and Aquaman, since they're both pretty much constructed. But Sidewinder Safari and a bunch of the Pantheon,
yeah,
I think that
Pantheon.
those might be delayed until 2021. Iron Gwazi is pretty much ready. It just needs a little bit of queue line work, so that's not getting delayed.
Yeah, but Q Line will be easy because they just have to like remodel. They just have to like rip out the old scenery of Gwazi and just put in like newer switchbacks and all that.
Yeah.
It'll be
So,
pretty.
like, I feel Orion, Candemonium, Jersey Devil, Aquaman, and Iron Gwazi will not be pushed back, but Sidewinder Safari, Emperor, the dive coaster at SeaWorld San Diego, and Pantheon have a chance of getting pushed back.
Yeah, I agree.
Because Emperor does not have a queue line or station or anything. It's completed testing, but nothing in terms of theming or queue has been done.
Yeah, and one thing
Pantheon hasn't even completed a test run yet, so I don't know what's happening there. In Sidewinder Safari, by the time that Corona started, it only had a few footers poured. So that's not going to attract many people. So that's definitely getting delayed.
Yeah, I agree. But
I think that since you're down in Texas with Over Texas as your home park,
yeah,
I feel like you will be okay because Aquaman will most definitely be opening. Because I don't know if it's completed a test run yet, but the track has been complete for a while.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Over Texas, aka the park I got easily bored with.
Yeah. Speaking of SeaWorld, I honestly don't know much about Icebreaker. I know that the track has been fully completed, but there have not been any test runs or anything like that. So a few SeaWorld coasters have just been chilling.
Yeah, yes. And, like another thing, and everyone gets tired of their home park at some point or another.
Not me necessarily, but I feel eventually I could. Because I went 33 times in 2019. Like all of 2019.
I used to go to Over Texas every weekend, so that's how that's probably how I just got really bored of it.
Yeah, like I only live like 20 minutes away from KI, so it's really easy to get there and back. I understand how you could get bored, but with Kings Island, I just don't see myself ever getting bored because there's like a coaster for every mood I could possibly in. Like if I want floater airtime, I can do Orion or Diamondback. Ejector and laterals, I could do Mystic. If I want good positives, I could do Banshee.
Yeah.
If I'm just not feeling right, I could do some family coasters like Adventure Express.
Yeah.
And Adventure Express is like severely underrated. If you ride that back row during night, it's a top 6 coaster at the park.
Definitely. But see, that's the problem with Over Texas. They have just ejector ride. Is
that New Texas Giant?
Yeah, New Texas Giant, Shockwave are the kind of the main ejector rides. And
Shockwave looks crazy. I wish Kings Island had a Schwarzkopf looper.
Yeah. I guess Runaway Mountain could count as strong ejector because that drop off the brake run in the darkness is insanity. And then Then you have like the intense rides like Batman, Mr. Freeze,
Yeah.
um, Titan, and uh, Aquaman, I guess, but that's more falls into the more airtime. And
Yeah.
then Joker, and then some cookie cutter flat rides, and then
Yeah.
and
You
then
know what annoys me?
the boring rides like La
Yeah.
Vibora and
What annoys me is when I went to Great Adventure, do you know how Joker has like those tiny cars that only hold like 8 people?
yeah,
Great Adventure was only running one car on Joker. So, with their slow dispatches and the ride being pretty short, it was like every 4 minutes a train would go. I didn't even try waiting in that line. It was almost 2 hours, which is a little insane.
wow, sounds
Like,
like
no, like it was 2 hours when I got there, but then when I finally got around, I'm like, maybe I'll wait in this just to see what it's like. It just closed and didn't reopen for the time I was there.
bruh.
So I cannot wait to get back to Six Flags Great Adventure. I can get like 9 new credits because I only rode 5 coasters. King Ka was closed. Bizarro and Joker had ridiculously long lines, and then Joker closed. I can get on Jersey Devil again. I'm looking at my Great Adventure map. I can get on their Sucky Mine Train. Green Lantern was actually really underrated, and that was a good ride. I don't know if this is just me. I'm not really a huge fan of flying coasters. Superman Ultimate Flight wasn't very good. It wasn't bad, like it's just not my type of ride. You know?
Yeah, I rode the one at Great America. It had the one of the worst experiences of rattle I've ever had on a coaster, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't really remember a rattle. Like the pretzel loop on Superman is way overhyped. Like it's not that forceful.
Well, it was my first flying coaster, and I don't
Same,
really
same.
remember Tatsu a lot, but I do remember it being complete insanity. And then Manta.
Did
Manta
you ride
was,
Manta? Yeah, yeah.
yes,
So you've been on.
I've been on
You've been
3 flying
on.
coasters.
Yeah, pretty much. Like technically speaking, you have been on every flying coaster in the U.S. because the only 2 left are just clones of Superman.
Yeah, that's true. Until Cedar Point gets a.
Cedar, I do not think Cedar Point is getting a flying coaster. I just don't think so.
Well, if they got a flying coaster, it would definitely rival Tatsu and Flying Dinosaur.
But like that would be awesome. But it would have to go over park paths because like they have no space.
Yeah, they could probably they could.
I honestly have no idea of what Cedar Point could be adding unless they remove a ride because they have no space at all.
Yeah, like they relocate Wicked Twister and then add a flying coaster that like flies over the water or something. That would be awesome.
Yeah, but like, what if they close Gemini?
Honestly, Gemini looks.
Yeah, that was like gonna happen for Dragsters. Like they don't like it that much.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks that Corkscrew is gonna go because nobody likes it anymore and it sucks. I didn't go on it, but I'm excited to ride it next time I go because I don't know if you know this about me, but I absolutely love aero loopers.
Yeah.
So like,
aero loopers are good. I remember Demon and Viper weren't really that great, but Diamondback at
Frontier City,
that was actually surprisingly pretty forceful and
yeah,
I liked it.
And Corkscrew, like the reason why that's not leaving for a while, it takes up like no space. Like the only thing you could fit there is like a Zier family coaster.
Yeah, I guess you could have it like go over the parking lot of you have it like go over the parking lot of Hotel Breakers.
Hotel Breakers like is a awesome hotel. Like not necessarily in the rooms, but the view. Yeah. I had a view of Valraven and Millennium Force, so when I got up at like 7:30 in the morning, I just got to see everything testing. It was incredible.
Yeah.
And that vlog had to get taken down because I used a freaking Coaster Force off ride, and I don't want to get sued and copyrighted, so I had to take it down.
Foster Course. Yeah, why am I even subscribed to that guy? If I can if I can unsubscribe to Theme Park Review, I can unsubscribe to Foster Course.
I am still subscribed to Theme Park Review because I'm pretty sure his POVs are free to use because far as I know,
they're not.
He's never taken. How do you know? How do you know though?
Because I feel like Rob hates anyone who uses footage. Rob
But
basically okay.
he's never copyright striked anybody or deleted anybody.
Yeah, that's true. But
Hold on. Okay, can somebody answer a question like people watching this podcast? What is the point of uploading roller coaster POVs and off ride if you don't let anybody use them? Why?
I know, right? Maybe just like if it's just for your own enjoyment, just shoot the off ride and keep it for yourself. Don't upload it to YouTube where
Yeah.
millions of people can see it.
Like that's why all POVs and off ride on my thing are on my channel are like non-copy. Like you don't even need
free.
to just like credit me if you want. I don't really care.
Yeah, honestly, same. Cause like,
Speaking of you, I was gonna use your Iron Rattler POV for my video, and I was like for my ranking of art. Hold up, I'm gonna sneeze.
Hooper has corona.
I was gonna use your Iron Rattler POV for my ranking of RMCs, but then I just see your hands like
I know.
waving around.
That's why
I can't use this.
Yeah, that's why like once I go back to Fiesta, Texas, I want to get a better IRAT POV.
Yeah.
Iron Rattler's my number one.
I'm glad that I can start recording POVs because, like, yeah.
It's just completely crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not even X2 can rival it.
Rival what?
IRAT.
Iron Rattler?
Yeah.
Somebody call me out on this. Is a low tier RMC.
No, it's not. Okay, so then you think that X2 should be my number one?
I do. Actually, if we're talking about that, I feel like Hagrid's should be your number one.
No.
X2 should be your number two. And N-Tag should be your number three. That's how, if I were you, that's how I'd rank it.
Oh, huh. But Hagrid doesn't even have any air. Hagrid's only like
okay. Allow me to have some speakage. Allow me to speak some speakage that you're never going to be able to unhear. With me, a roller coaster. The main thing I look for, like most people look for airtime or positive G's. I kind of pull a GP with this one, and I just look for fun factor. I don't care if there's no airtime. I don't care if it's completely forceless or rough. If I had a ton of fun on it and I'm like laughing, then that's a great coaster. Hagrid's, it doesn't need airtime. It's themed to one of my favorite IPs in the world.
Same.
And it just provides a surreal ride experience, incredible theming, and I love the use of no screens. And it's not like it's a dark ride and does absolutely nothing. Like it actually does go backwards. It pulls a little bit of forces, like nothing crazy, but just a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's Universal, so like I just love like all of Universal. I'm kind of a Universal fanboy, and I kind of like hold their coasters to a higher regard.
No, no, trust me, I'm a Universal fanboy too.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna give a little bit of my top 15 away right here, just so you guys can get a little bit upset. Iron Rattler is a bottom 5 RMC.
Oh, don't tell that to Tyler. Although Tyler may be watching.
Tell that to Tyler.
No, Tyler will literally kill you if he hears that. Tyler's too much of an IRAT fanboy. Like, okay, like I get it. IRAT's insane, but it doesn't deserve to be like top 5 RMCs. I'd probably put it like.
Yeah. If you guys saw my old top 15 RMCs, I have dropped Outlaw Run a little bit. I have raised Twisted Colossus.
No, Twisted Colossus should be X2 dominates Twisted Colossus.
I don't disagree with that, but I feel like Twisted Colossus is still an awesome coaster.
Yeah, I agree. One time I even was crazy enough to put Tatsu over Twisted Colossus.
The what?
Yeah. I don't know. Twisted Colossus, it was just kind of a low mid-tier RMC kind of.
Twisted Colossus looks awesome. I wish that the second lift hill was a launch, so you didn't have such a long break in the action.
Yeah. But
and then final thing, I think that Jersey Devil will be the second worst RMC.
Why?
I honestly don't know, but ever since it's been announced, I just don't think it'll be very good.
Hmm.
Like, I like the Raptors. I just don't hold them to a very high regard. They make up the Raptors, Jersey Devil, and Medusa Steel. Those are my three worst RMCs in my opinion.
Hmm.
Like the cloned Raptors, Railblazer, Wonder Woman. Those are those look
Yes,
completely insane.
having actually
But
ridden.
Jersey Devil just doesn't. I don't understand why people rave about it so much. The layout looks uninspired, and honestly, it focuses more on inversions than airtime, which is like the complete opposite of what a Raptor should do.
Yeah. Well, Raptors aren't really. I didn't really feel like airtime was a crucial thing with the Raptors on like Wonder Woman. I thought it was just the super whippy and intense experience. Yeah, it gave amazing airtime, but like I I feel like it focused more on like whippy airtime than
Yeah.
inversions
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like
How
that.
long have we done the podcast for? Like, what's the time about?
26 minutes.
Alrighty. So, do you have anything else you want to talk on?
Well, other than how the parks might still be closed because the world suddenly decided to gone berserk. Um, I think, well, I don't really have a lot to go on right
Say
now.
about that.
Same.
Just a few quick things. You guys, just be sure to subscribe to both of our channels.
Yes, definitely.
Coaster Fusion, he's like subscribe to Jonathan. He's pretty close to 300, kind of, sort
Definitely,
of.
yeah.
And please subscribe to me so I can
Yeah.
hit my goal of 300 by July. Probably not going to happen, but it's a goal.
Fun fact, my birthday's in July.
That's legit.
Definitely. And follow both of us on Instagram. We post I post coaster pics, memes,
I post
gameplay.
mainly coaster pics, and then sometimes I post like a new video.
Yeah,
And go ahead and follow me. You might be my 750th follower because I'm very close to that.
awesome. So yeah, other than that, this was pretty
As
fun.
always, subscribe or Banana Goose will destroy your favorite
Yes,
roller coaster.
subscribe or Banana Goose teaming up with Siren Head this time will destroy your favorite coaster.
Yes.
All right. Well, that's gonna do it. Goodbye, guys.
See ya.